The 3rd Regiment is commanded by Cadet Captain Thomas Enkenbauer from Kalamazoo, Michigan. The Regimental Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Sarah Roger from El Paso, Texas. The 1st Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Ryan Muma from Irvine, California. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Mitchell McKnight from Fort Leavenworth, Kansas.
That's the A company. I'm recording. So.
Company A is commanded by Cadet Captain William Lane from Greensboro, North Carolina. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Justin Suh from Los Angeles, California. Company B is commanded by Cadet Captain Jessica Catley from Brighton, Michigan. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Phil Nochin from Alpharetta, Georgia.
Mom wanted me to tie a bow on my throne so she could find the ground.
Company C is commanded by Cadet Captain Ben Potter from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Brian Girardi from New Canaan, Connecticut.
Must be a Brit out there.
The 2nd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain John Mealy from Harrington Park, New Jersey. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Mickey Hathaway from Plato, Missouri. Company D is commanded by Cadet Captain Matthew Zonka from Yorktown Heights, New York. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Richard McPhee from Monticello, Georgia. Company E is commanded by Cadet Captain Jason Hoover from Phoenix, Arizona. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Edward Timmons from Alpine, Arizona. Company F is commanded by Cadet Captain Ricky Whiteland from New Berlin, Wisconsin. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Max Meinert from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 3rd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Andrew Gregg from Seattle, Washington. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Brian Rupert from Trout Run, Pennsylvania. Company G is commanded by Cadet Captain Craig Cowell from Omaha, Nebraska. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Dustin Arnold from Kutztown, Pennsylvania. Company H is commanded by Cadet Captain Jonathan Lee from Shreveport, Louisiana. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Gary Oakland from Bothell, Washington. Company I is commanded by Cadet Captain Brandon Passons from Virginia Beach, Virginia. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Jason Sommerfeld from Wheaton, Illinois. Since the days of the American Revolution, flag bearers have been an important element in ceremonies. At the center of today's formation and bearing the national color is the United States Corps of Cadets Color Guard, led by Cadet Color Sergeant Harrison Heath from Hanahan, South Carolina. 4th Regiment is commanded by Cadet Captain Justin Onka from Maui, Hawaii. The Regimental Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Jonathan Maker from Indianapolis, Indiana. The 1st Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Anthony Caracciolo from Carbondale, Pennsylvania. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Peter Schlatter from Centerville, Virginia. Company A is commanded by Cadet Captain Lee Eschker from Cape Vincent, New York. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant James McLaughlin from Weston, Massachusetts. Company B is commanded by Cadet Captain Danielle Myers from Yorba Linda, California. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Joseph Valenzuela from Goodyear, Arizona. Company C is commanded by Cadet Captain Daniel Godlaski from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Joseph Durso from Oahu, Hawaii. The 2nd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain David Cavell from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Stephen Horney from Spokane, Washington. Company D is commanded by Cadet Captain Michael Garman from Reno, Nevada. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Christian Hill from Ardsley, New York. Company E is commanded by Cadet Captain Steve Hansen from Ashburn, Virginia. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Amanda Derrico from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Company F is commanded by Cadet Captain Sam Terhar from Litchfield, Connecticut. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Steve Pashko from Ludlow, Massachusetts. The 3rd Battalion is commanded by Cadet Captain Peter Tyree from Anchorage, Alaska. The Battalion Command Sergeant Major is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Justin Haggerty from Belleville, Michigan. Company G is commanded by Cadet Captain Drew Long from Newton, Iowa. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Kelly McNamara from Buffalo, New York. Company H is commanded by Cadet Captain Harrison Green from Fair Oaks Ranch, Texas. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Stephen Murphy from Wilmington, Delaware. Company I is commanded by Cadet Captain Nick Kasmer from Lawrenceville, Georgia. The 1st Sergeant is Cadet 1st Sergeant Jonathan Kasher from Florida Keys, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song, "The Army Goes Rolling Along." Please feel free to sing along as it is played.
Oh God. You better.
No.
Trail as the keeps on rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. For high, high
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's review. The Black Knight Walk will start at the fan zone located between gates 1 and 3 of Mikey Stadium at 10 o'clock. Come on up and support the Army football team as they prepare to take on the Eagles of Boston College. Please remain in your seats as the United States Military Academy parachute team will now conduct a free fall demonstration. We would like to remind everyone to please stay off the plane as you exit the parade grounds. Thank you for attending and enjoy the rest of your day. Go Army, beat Boston College.